Alright guys, today on Short Side Wristers, we're going to talk about the new HUT content like we always do, and go over what stats actually matter in Hockey Ultimate Team. I'm NoSleeves12. Alright guys, let's start with the new HUT content for this week, or today I guess I should say. New team of the week came out, kind of lackluster compared to last week's, but we did get the 94 Brent Burns. His shot is still I'm at a point now where all the Brent Burns cards until he gets his 99 should literally just be a winger. Like, his wrist shot is dope, his slap shot is like mediocre for this stage in the game, and I'm being a Sharks fan, I know his wrist shot is deadly. He's not known to take a hard clapper, but I'm starting to think that he might as well just be a winger if you pack him. I mean, I would still sell him at this point. The John Tavares, also still kind of slow. It's his knock. He's getting to the point where one more upgrade, and he's going to be very, very good. I mean, he still has 93 speed, which again, on the lower end if we're comparing the 99s available, but his shot is fantastic. 93 slap shot accuracy, 92 power, 94 wrist shot accuracy, 91 power. I actually wouldn't mind him on D, but again, I love forwards on defense. We got the 90 Patrice Bergeron, 93 face-off, 94 speed, and then a really dookie shot, so he's good for the fourth line. None of these cards, if I packed them, would I keep. They're all insta-sells for me. They're dope points. Yeah, like Roman Josi, again, perfect example of why you should not be using defensemen on defense. 91 speed, and then like his slap shot accuracy is in the 70s still. In net, we got the 76 Jordan Binnington. He's not huge, so he's not big enough to ignore his stats. So I'd move on from him as well. For the flashback today, or yesterday, I should say, we got, man, one of my favorite players, dude. We got Rob Blake, the 94 overall Rob Blake. Here's the problem. His skating is poo-ass. So, I mean, like, man, my mom went to school with Rob Blake, actually. He's from where all my family's from in southern Ontario. It's a little farm town called Simcoe. Nice little backstory there. He actually owns a cherry farm. That's what he did with his money before he retired. It takes about 4 years to start a cherry farm. Now he's rich, makes way more money than he did playing hockey. So, smart guy. Anyways, yeah, bad skating, which kind of sucks because this is just an alumni. Like, it's not, they had an opportunity to kind of fix the cards that were really cool, but they're just alumni, because, I don't know, the 91 skating is just not really usable to me at this point in the game, especially on defensemen. Like, we're going to talk about stats in a little bit, but I value speed on defense, because if you get, bad bounce, you fire it and they block it into shin pads, you got to be going the other way, and you're going to get straight lined. And it's great to have a big guy on defense that has really good checking and defensive ratings, but I mean, like, man, you're just going to get blown by all the time. We got the 93 Primetime Kucherov, as well as the 92 Matthews. Matthews is obviously going to be... All these cards are pretty good. The Sagan, the 90 overall, we talk about this all the time. If you guys pack a Primetime card or a Milestone, they only go down in value the second they are released. They never hold their value. They never, even for like a week, you're going to find them for cheaper. It's just because, they're temporary cards, guys. So if you pack any of these, sell them immediately. Please, they're never going to be worth more than they are right now, especially that Matthews. You can get that ton for that. We got the 90 Sagan, the 90 Marchand, 86 Pietrangelo, and the 81 Khudobin, who I actually packed, LOL. So that would do it for the HUT content as far as... Oh, actually, sorry, we got the WHL guys. I don't know if they were already out. I can't remember if they were in yesterday's episode or not, but Cody Glass, dope, 93 skating, 89 shot. That's not bad. He'd be the one leading that. So we've got 4 more prime times coming. 2 today, actually, and then 2 on Friday. Man, one of them has got to be the Sedins. Like, I think that there's no way that one of them isn't the Sedins. So watch for that. They'd be a huge opportunity if they're releasing 2 again, and it's not. But I mean, Zetterberg and Rick Nass made no sense to pair, so who knows. So guys, let's discuss stats in Hockey Ultimate Team and Versus, for that matter. All right. So I may be different than a lot of people when it comes to making up their team, because I ignore a ton of them. To be honest with you, I can't see, if we do a video or a side-by-side look, I can't see, like actual quantitative evidence that some of these stats actually, having someone that has higher puck control. There's no way to, really view that. If you have someone that's 80 puck control, someone that has 99, the test to do that is you're just not going to really see it. So the only ones I can go by are the ones that I can test and I can feel. Speed, easy. That's an obvious one. So acceleration, how quick they are right as they get the puck and they're at the stop, how fast do they get up to top speed. Agility, they move around, like how do they go left or right, they cut. And then speed, top speed is just top end speed. So on the rush, if you just straight line, someone with 99 speed should blow by someone with 85 speed. Oh, imagine that was a thing. And then slap shot, or obviously shot. So someone who has a 99 slap shot accuracy and power, Bernie Geoffrion, is going to be able to nail that top corner on a D-to-D one-timer much easier than, let's say, Victor Hedman, who's got a trash shot. So those ones are easy to see. Same with wrist shot. I mean, there's the one thing I notice about the 99s. So I have Mario and Gretzky. One thing I'll notice with the 99s is that I can pick a short side wrister from basically the face-off dot. Like, the 99 wrist shot accuracy and power is something that, I mean, you can really exploit on short side wristers. Like, you don't really even need to get in position. It's just fire it right up top shelf from anywhere, basically, on the right or left side of the net, and it's going to go in. Or at least have a really good shot at it. Deking. The problem with deking, I had a card in my lineup throughout most of the season so far that was literally there just because of his deking, and it was the Thanksgiving Patrick Kane, the Master Set one. And something I've come to notice is that there's a few dekes in this game that literally are just 50% chance you're actually going to complete them. So the one that I'm thinking of the most common that was really, really usable in NHL 18 was the hold forehand kind of behind your skates. So pretend you're under forehand, you hold the puck back behind your skates a little bit, and then bring it between your legs. The reason for it was because it keeps your momentum. So any deke that you can keep your momentum and blow by someone who's kind of flat-footed. It was also really good because it was you can look like you're cutting into the middle and do that, and you keep going straight. And I've noticed that deke is just 50-50 if that's actually going to be able to be pulled off. I don't know how many times with like Yvonne Cornway or anyone, even that Patrick Kane, it came to where I went to go do that deke and he would just lose the puck in front of him. Like, I don't know. I know that it was mentioned because they increased the odds of dekes actually being completed in that beta tuner that they released, or the one after the beta tuner. But I still have such a hard time with it. So, I mean, deking, that one is obviously one that should be. Hand-eye, I mean, that really only matters for centermen. And I don't really, when I shoot point shots, I don't really fire for the tip anymore. I did at the beginning of the game, but the D-to-D one-timer, you aim far side. So, say you have a left-handed, or you have your left defenseman, you send it over to your right defenseman. You want to one-timer that to the left side, the side the puck's coming from, because that's the way that you do D-to-D one-timers right now. It's a very easy goal, especially if you have someone who has good slap shot accuracy and power. But hand-eye, tips are much better than 18. Because they don't just stop dead on a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot. So they do happen every once in a while, but I feel like hand-eye is only important for centermen because, again, your winger, I don't really know an instance in which, I mean, maybe if you're cycling around the zone that everyone should, you want, just a better odds at it, but you want to have that centerman on crash the net and just fire from the point. That would be fire along the ice. Maybe he tips it better. Passing. Oh, passing. So I said this the other day. My experience so far in this game, the most frustrating thing, well, one is the speed aspect, where I just don't understand why my team doesn't just roast people in speed. I'm constantly just not, getting caught up with things like that, and it's super disappointing, and it's not consistent. Sometimes I blow by them, and I notice it a lot more, I said the other day, in comp seasons and hut champs, whereas in online seasons, it just seems like my team plays exactly as how they should. But that's another argument. That was yesterday. I don't know. I don't believe that to actually be a thing. It's probably just in my head and I'm playing better players, so I understand that. But when it comes to, when it comes to passing, what I started doing was I would miss passes wide open. And again, I feel like I'm pretty good at the game. I played a ton. I've been playing it for years. I'm always inside the top 150 for comp seasons and hut champs and things like that, so I feel like I'm half decent at the game. I have great players, and I just miss these passes that are so infuriating. And I went and looked, and I'm using 99 pass assist, okay? And when I go and fire a pass, and then I go and look, it's actually going where I'm aiming it. So I'm slightly off on my aim, and I feel like a lot of people are that complain about the passing, because I wasn't looking before. I was just assuming, like, how can I miss one that bad? But when I go and look, and it's literally going exactly where I aim it, I thought that's what pass assist is for. So it's almost like I have 99 pass assists on, but it's playing like it's 0, you know what I'm saying? It's going exactly where I aim it instead of the general vicinity. And I'm talking like the exactly where I aim it, where like to the angle, to the, like the, it's, you know what I mean? Like if it's not dead on, it's not going to be a completed pass. So, I mean, better passing, I would think that I don't notice it because I just feel like it's not consistent. But, I mean, having a higher passer rating is obviously going to be helpful. I think that one might be actually beneficial. Puck control. Puck control is an interesting one to me, because I think it depends more on the size of the player than it does puck control when it comes to like incidental contact and hanging on to the puck. Because I think that holding a forehand or backhand deke away from the player, so keeping the puck away from the guy pressuring you, and the size of the player are more beneficial than puck control. Again, it's not one that you can actually test and see. Body checking and strength. Obviously, if someone like Yvonne Cornway, for example, if he takes a run at someone in this game, you know, he's so small that he's really not going to, he might knock a guy to his knees. But I'm looking at my one right now, my Patrick Marleau, 6'2", 220 with 88 body checking, 94 strength. If he takes a run at someone, gets him caught looking the other way or not paying attention, it's going to be an absolutely bone-crushing hit. So body checking, I think, is one that you can actually, you know, see and use. Now, shot blocking. I don't know if that matters at all. I mean, I guess if you're not controlling your defense at all, but you should be the one blocking the shots. Stick checking. Not one that I think that matters at all. I mean, I don't know if stick checking actually affects the chances at knocking the puck off the stick and it not being a penalty, because from my understanding, if you R1 and you hit a stick, and what I've seen from anyone, whether it be a bronze or silver player, it's going to knock off their stick in most cases. Face-offs, there's so much that goes into face-offs that a lot of people don't understand. One is that a lot of people don't understand is you want to put your stick down in the first 15 frames of the face-off. You have a better chance. It increases your odds of winning. So if you say you both do tie-ups, right? The person who puts their stick down extremely fast, and say the guy who waits until the last moment to do it, and if say they have the same face-off rating, it's going to be the guy who put their stick down first and get that little bit of boost. A lot of people don't realize that. But so face-off rating, that one is a good stat, because obviously if you do the tie-up and everything's the same, the person with the higher face-off rating is going to win. But it mostly relies on the counters. As long as you're doing the correct counter, it should be fine. But like balance, again, that's a tough one to see. I mean, you can. Again, that all comes into like incidental contact and holding the puck away. Like, does it keep you upright and have you hold on to the puck more? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's what it does, but I don't know if that actually affects it. So, like, when it comes down to it, guys, by position, here's what I want to get across. So, I look at certain stats for certain positions. On the wing, who has the highest wrist shot power and accuracy? Speed first over anything, guys. If you're looking for a tiebreaker between things, speed first over anything, unless the shot is so much better on the other player. So, speed over everything. 99 speed, that's what you want to look for. Then, if the guy has a really good wrist shot and kind of a lower slap shot, and it doesn't have to be by a lot, but these are tiebreaker situations, put them on the wing. I use Joe Sakic on the wing, where he's a very good center, because of his 98 wrist shot accuracy. The amount of goals that I can pick off the short side wristers or off the rush, it's crazy, and it's the best way to use him, in my opinion. Slap shot power and accuracy. Again, defense, man. Like, I use Bernie Jeffrey on defense, 99 slap shot accuracy and power, and he has so many goals for a defenseman. For me, it's nuts. I think that when it comes to defensemen, the reason why I use forwards in this game on defense for the most part is because their shot is so much worse than forwards in this game, and I will continue to do so until I see some stat that's like forwards on D is just they're completely lost in the defensive zone or something, because I don't. Other than that, when it comes to stats, I don't really look. I mean, you don't. I feel like a lot of players don't deke a lot to actually use it. Vision control is a big thing, so that'd be agility and acceleration and speed and whatnot. So I mean, that's more important. The windmill dekes are cool, but like again, the between the legs, that's a 50-50 chance of it actually working. And then I don't know. So hand-eye again on centerman only. If you're these are looking for tiebreaker situations, but yeah. So let me know what you guys look for in stats. But again, it all comes down to position for me. I don't really care about stats for certain. Like centerman, like I don't really care about their speed or their shot, to be honest with you. As long as they're kind of big and have good face-offs, like that's what I look for the most. It's just because they're in the middle. The way I play is I play with the wings a lot. I play the perimeter. So maybe hand-eye I need to pay attention to more, but it's not centerman. I kind of are the ones that I just don't really care the most about, other than face-offs and their size. I kind of like having big centerman because I don't know, my wingers are always small. But let me know how you guys make it up, and yeah, thank you guys for listening. This is Short Side Wristers. Please sub to my channel if you do like the content. I'm about to release a mass release all of the last episodes on Spotify, so you guys don't have to wreck your data. I'm sorry, it's just been a busy week for me, and I will see you guys tomorrow.